Hey students, lesson 621 here. In this lesson, we're going to review how to write equations in slope-intercept form. Go ahead and do this vocab real quick, see what you remember about slope-intercept form. All right, we're going to go on to the next page, and this is just a review of the concept. The slope-intercept form of a linear equation of a non-vertical line is y equals mx plus b. The slope of the line is m, the y-intercept is b. Go ahead and fill in the word slope, y-intercept, and slope-intercept form to complete the diagram. All right, so the number next, the coefficient of the x term is the slope, and the added part is the y-intercept. So problem 1 here, what are the slope and y-intercept of the graph y equals 3x minus 6? Well, in slope-intercept form, that looks like this. So we have to write this equation with addition to be able to get the b part of it. So our slope is 3, and our y-intercept is negative 6. And remember that the y-intercept is a place on a graph, and that point is actually 0, negative 6. All right, go ahead. You try this problem. I'll pause. Okay, to write an equation in slope-intercept form, again, you need to know what each of the parts stand for. We're looking for slope there for m and the y-intercept for that. We're given the slope is 5, so we'll just substitute 5 where the m is. And our y-intercept is 8, so we'll just add 8 on to the end. Go ahead, you try that. All right, problem 3 here. We want to know how to write an equation when we have a graph. To write our equation in slope-intercept form, we need to know the slope, which is m, and the y-intercept. So let's get our b right now. It's right here. That's point 0, negative 2, so our y-intercept is negative 2. Let's cross out all our possibilities that don't have negative 2 for a y-intercept. And then the other part we need to do is find the slope. Find the slope, we need a couple points. So we have 0, negative 2, and we have 1, 1. And then we'll use the slope formula. And that's subtract the y-coordinates, subtract the x-coordinates, and divide them. So we're going to take 1 minus negative 2 divided by 1 minus 0, and that's equal to 3 over 1, which is 3. And notice it's a positive 3. So I think my answer is A. All right, you try that. I just want to go back. Remember, there's another way to find slope also. We use the slope formula, but remember on a graph, you can just use the rise and the run. My rise here is 3, my run is 1. So rise over run equals 3 divided by 1, which is 3. And sometimes that's a quick way to do it. All right, I'm going to skip over this problem. You're going to come back and try that after I show you how to do this problem. It says, what is the equation in slope-intercept form of the line that passes through the points 1, negative 6, and negative 3, 10? Now remember, to be in this form, we need the slope, and we need the y-intercept. Let's start by getting the slope. And so we're going to subtract our y-coordinates, subtract our x-coordinates, and divide them. So let's do 10 minus negative 6, and negative 3 minus 1. And then simplify those. And that will be 16 over negative 4, which is negative 4. We can substitute that right here for the m. Okay. Now what I can do is take an x and a y value and substitute, say, the negative 6 for the y and the 1 for the x. And notice the only thing I'm left with now to find is the b. So I can just solve this little equation. negative 6 equals negative 4 plus what number, and you may be able to just do that in head. If you can't, since this is a minus 4, we can just add 4 to negative 6, and that's negative 2. And now I have everything I need, and I can write my equation. And when you write the equation, you're just replacing the m and the b. And my m is my slope, which is right here. So I got negative 4x. And then my b is negative 2. And you can either put plus negative 2 or minus 2. All right. I'd like you to go back to the last page and try this problem right here and check back for the answers. All right, I hope that was successful for you. All right, the next thing we're going to learn how to do is how to graph using slope-intercept form. So this has to be written as plus negative 1 to get the y-intercept. And so my y-intercept, I'm going to start by putting that on the graph. My y-intercept is negative 1. And on a graph, that's the point 0, negative 1. On a table, that would look like this. 0, negative 1. Okay? And then my slope right there is 1/2. And that means the top number is a rise, the bottom number is a run. So that means up 1, since it's a positive number, and right 2 on my graph. Or for this, remember the bottom number is the x value. So that means every time I go a positive 2 here, I'm going to add 1 here. And so I get points like this. Or on my graph, I start at 0, negative 1. And I go up 1 over 2, right? 2. And I can just keep doing it with dots. And then I'm just going to draw that line. All right, you try that. All right, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to use slope-intercept form to model a situation. And so we have here a carpenter that charges a $45 fee plus $30 per hour for labor. Write an equation to model the total cost of a job. What graph? I'm going to do what table models this situation. I'm going to start with that. So I'm going to let X be my hours that I would work, and Y can be the amount of money I get, the total. And if we work 0 hours, notice we get a $45 fee plus. So anywhere from 0 to up to 1 hour, we're going to get the $45. And then every hour after that, every hour we work, we get $30 more. So I'm just going to add 30 to this, and that's going to be 75. And I'll keep doing that for every hour. So 75 plus 35 is 110, 145. 180. All right. And then to model this situation, my plus, I'm going up 30 for every one I go up here. This is my rise, this is my run. So my slope is 30 divided by 1, or $30. And really it's what you add every time. So, and then my y-intercept, of course, is right there where what I start at 45. So in terms of slope-intercept form, I get 30 for my slope and 45 for my y-intercept. All right, you try that one. All right, that's the end of the lesson here. Go ahead and maybe if you want to try a couple problems, see how it's going. Otherwise, we're going to do the rest of it in class. I'll see you next time.